What's going on, guys? It's your boy Crimson Thread back again with another video. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, but I'm hoping to be more consistent now more than ever. Today's topic is going to be FGC related. There are some things that I kind of wanted to get off my chest when it comes to this. Uh, Stay tuned and yeah, let's get started on this video. Also, before I even actually start this video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm trying to be more consistent with videos now, so I think that's it. Yeah, so let's get straight into the video. Welcome yet again. As I said in the intro, there's been kind of like some stuff that's been bugging me within the FGC, within the fighting game community. As if you're not, you know, familiar with the term FGC, some stuff has been bugging me during my absence within content creation and within fighting games themselves. I've kind of it's been weighing heavy on me, and I wanted to address some of these things. Again, these aren't really like some stuff that I could really like justify or whatever. They're more stuff that me personally I feel about it. So without further ado, there's some stuff that I really wanted to get off of my mind. So let's actually get started with this. All right, so one thing that really bugs me is the community within itself. What I'm about to say is really more towards the Tekken community more than anybody else. I know it's huge into all the other fighting game communities, but specifically the Tekken people, you guys are weird to me because there has been an incident. I don't know how recent it is, but there's been an incident where, and this is the only time I've seen this, where the Tekken community comes together and just collectively just fucks up somebody's day by stream sniping them or whatever. Now I'm not saying like don't do that, but I'm like, but the level that it went to should have gone to such lengths, and it's freaking weird to me. I understand now. If you don't know who Terror Death is a content creator he's a Twitch streamer who really loves Tekken. He's been trying to get God of Destruction, but I think he reached it by now. No, he did. So shout out to him for reaching God of Destruction. But you guys, I've seen this a lot on Twitter for whatever reason, where they would be like, "Oh, this guy rages a lot. Time to cut on my PlayStation to troll him." And I'm like, that is the weirdest thing that I've seen a whole. And it's not even like it's not even like 1, 2, maybe 10 people. It's hundreds of people literally doing this shit, and it's the only time I've seen the community come together just to be toxic and fuck somebody's day up. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's just weird. I would understand if it was somebody like LTG. All right, cool. LTG kind of deserves it because he's kind of a burn brain shithead. So I would understand if it was somebody like him, the one who is toxic, so he receives the toxicity. But from what I've seen from Terror Death, he's not as toxic as LTG is. He's not as toxic as DSP. So it's not really comprehensive on why people would troll this guy and just come together just to fuck up his day just for the fuck of it. But it kind of bugs me, and it's a level of toxicity that kind of like gets me a little bit, that made me want to kind of like turn away from the FGC, and it really bugs me. And this is just one of the instances. Like it's bad. It's really bad. But either way, like again, I would understand if it was somebody like LTG. I would understand if it was like DSP. shit, maybe you could try stream sniping, people like Sonic Fox, Punk the God, whatever. But at least Punk the God and Sonic Fox, they could handle it because they're actually good at the game and stuff like that. But it's a level of toxicity to this shit, which brings me to the next topic. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is a lot of toxicity within these games, and I get it. Oh, Crimson, you would have handled a Black Ops 2. I was around. I was around for that. I was around for the old Call of Duties. I was around, so I know how toxicity is. I know how to handle that type of situations. And the best way to handle some of those situations sometimes is to not necessarily not deal with it, but to basically just leave them. As I said, there's a whole lot of people that need a whole lot of leave alone. So that's what I tend to do. I tend to leave them alone, let them do their own thing, and I distance myself from them, which I had to do in a lot of instances when it comes to fighting games, because I'm starting to realize that a lot of people are just weird to the point that they use that toxicity as a weapon. And I'm not talking about the regular, oh, like you suck, blah blah blah. You're only using this character, so you win, blah blah blah. So it's not that. What I'm talking about is people who would get into an argument and then um, they would bring personal matters into the issue. Um, I used to hang around some people who I used to call friends, and that would be the case a lot of the times where um, we would talk about how, oh, you suck using this character, you suck using Miguel, you suck using Kunimitsu, you suck using Gogeta, you suck using what the fuck? You suck using swords, whatever the case may be, right? Whatever game, whatever character of the game that you're playing. And then you'll get into an argument about it, and then somewhere within the argument is, I get more bitches than you, I get more money than you, I get this, that, and the third, and I'm like, what does that have to do with the game? And a lot of these people are, and this is why I have specifically a problem with more of the red pillars within the FGC, because in my opinion, they are the most toxic group of people I have ever seen and ever had to deal with. Because I don't understand why we're talking about a game, we're talking about who sucks, who's better, who's this, who's that, and then all of a sudden money gets brought into the game, into the conversation. Sorry, it gets brought into the argument. It gets women gets brought into the argument. A lot of personal shit gets brought into the argument. Now again, I understand Call of Duty days, whatever. Like it doesn't matter when we're talking about the game and we're not keeping it strictly at the game. It is if we're talking about, that's like saying, that's like going to like, that's like two restaurants arguing with each other. It's like McDonald's saying they got better fries than Burger King, and Burger King is like, well, we get more bitches in our store than you. What does that have to do with our food? You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It kind of brings a whole weird vibe to it. Within all of this stuff that I've seen is with, like, let's say for a prime example of this would be LTG, where he'd have people come into his chat talking about, bro, you suck at this game, or just learn frame data, and he'll come in and then he'll just be like, don't tell me what to do, because guess what, in every aspect of life I'm better than you, blase blase blah. And I'm like, what does that have to do with the game? They're telling you, they're giving you hints on how to be better at the game, or how to beat these quote-unquote stream snipers in the game, and you just disregard that and somehow bring money into this, or somehow bring my looks into this, or somehow bring my status into this. And it's weird behavior. It's what I consider to be called bozo behavior. So with that said, like it's just too much toxicity going on. I feel like we need to find a way to kind of like limit the toxicity. I'm cool with toxicity as long as it's within the game, but once you bring personal shit into this, once you bring certain shit into it, it's it'll be a better place. It's not going to be the best place, but it's definitely going to be a lot better. Now this one might be shorter than all my other opinions, but one thing I will definitely say that kind of like kills off the FGC is or rather that has me worried about the FGC are the games themselves. Um, I've tried playing Mortal Kombat 1. I think my first Mortal Kombat was 11. Um, I played a little bit of Street Fighter. I never really liked Street Fighter, but I played more 5 than any other Street Fighter. Um, again, I played Tekken since Tag 2, where everything seemed more skill based than anything. And I've noticed that a lot of these fighting games that are coming out have been getting easier and easier. Like for instance, Tekken. Tekken Tag 2. They didn't have all this, mechanic that it had now, such as like rage, the rage mechanics or the heat mechanics. One major decline is definitely games, especially when it comes to Tekken. One thing that's really killing Tekken is the heat mechanic. And shout out to I forgot the dude's name. Mike Hollow. Shout out to Mike Hollow, because he actually I suggest you guys look him up. I'm gonna put his video, not video, but I might put his name in the description somewhere. But he makes valid points when it comes to the Tekken community and how bad, or not even the Tekken community, but the Tekken 8 game, and how bad it's gotten within the community. Because I've noticed that the game has become so easy to the point that, a lot of people will pick Kuma, and in not even in the right hand, but even in the wrong hands, he'll do a lot of chip damage. And I don't know why chip damage is even a thing to begin with on Tekken, but that's I'm not even gonna try to indulge myself in that conversation. But Mike Hollow had this one video when it was a tournament. I forgot who was playing, but it was a Kuma versus a Fang, and Kuma popped heat, and Fang had nothing, couldn't do shit but just block. Whereas Kuma did an electric and a bear rush, as I call it, and he took a hell of a lot of chip damage to the point that all it takes is like a good 3 hits to win the game. The one thing I've always complained about, if you've watched my streams and stuff on Tekken 8, is the heat system. The heat system shouldn't even be a thing. I think, in my opinion, the heat was supposed to replace, rage drive, which was it's not necessarily a bad idea. I think they could have used a different type of meter system, but it kills the game. Not only that, but the fact that you can't sidestep everything, you're forced to eat certain shit in that game, where that was normally sidesteppable in the last few Tekkens. You can't really sidestep, you can't really do a lot of stuff, and it's become it feels more like a 2D fighter than it does a 3D fighter, you know what I mean? So it is like, once you get a combo started, you pray they don't dick jab, and then you can't sidestep a majority of the moves really. So you're forced to eat block strings. So the have become way too easy in my opinion, and especially since they come up with like a whole simple mode for controls, which is the most diabolical thing that I could ever think of. If you want more of example, Street Fighter. Street Fighter is one of those games. I never liked it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm like some kind of fighting game guru. It is kind of a bit too hard for me, but I am still kind of learning it. Um, but even I can tell, like, yo, it's become too easy in Street Fighter 6 to the point that people who don't normally play Street Fighter are kind of getting dubs that shouldn't really be there. It's all because of this whole drive system and this whole um, new way of playing. Um, it's weird, and I get it that you want to draw more of an audience, and I get it, but at the same time, um, I feel like that should be left to the content creators to kind of like not necessarily advertise the game, but to show people like, hey, once you learn the game, it could be hella fun. And all it takes is a lot of practice, and that's what I feel like a lot of people don't do anymore. Is that they hop on the game and just jump online and don't even fucking they don't put in the work to practice a character. They just sit there and play online, and then especially when it comes to Tekken 8, where everything is pretty much just easy. All you have to do is just learn a bread and butter combo, and that's it. So the games are way too easy now. Um, Everything is just hectic, um, which is another reason why I've kind of drifted away from fighting games, because I feel like everything is just handed to people, if that makes sense. But that's just my opinion when it comes to the games. So this is hopefully like the last thing. If there's more, then I'm gonna probably make like a separate video about it. But this is something that's kind of like near and dear to me, and it's the red pill content creators. For those of you guys who don't know who like the red pill content creators are, basically like Fresh and Fit, No Fugazi. If you ever watched those or heard of those, which I'm sure a lot of you have due to social media, but one thing that I don't like is the fact that these same people are the type of people that I'm talking about within the first part of this rant, which is the type of people that are so quick to you get into an argument with them over a game, and the first thing they bring up is money, they bring up women, they bring up status, they bring up this, that, and the third. They talk about everything other than the game. And it is very awkward to me, because these are the same people that'll lie to your face and talk about how they're all about the community, they're all about the FGC, they're all about this, that, and the third, but then you're the exact problem within the FGC. It's funny to me. And again, I'm not gonna name no names, because I find that shit. I'm trying not to be messy, but if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. But a lot of people in this space have, I've dealt with, to the point where it's kind of unbearable to deal with, because at the end of the day, we all play this game for one thing, and that's just to have fun, to rank up, to have some competition, have some friendly shit talk, and it is. And again, I'm all for the shit talk. You know what I mean? So I'm down for it, and everybody knows that I'm with the shit. I'm with the shit when it comes to the whole shit talking thing. So when it comes to stuff like this, it bugs me because these are the same people, right? Like like for there's this one streamer I know, right, who's so willing to play the game with you, right? But then gets mad, and then he'll he'll he knows how you play, but then gets mad when you play the way you play. And I'm like, you know how I play, you know my play style. It annoys you, and I get it. You and I get it. I could be better, but at the same time, bro, people gotta understand that at the end of the day, everybody plays how they want to play, whether it's competitive, whether it's casual. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people play, especially when it comes to ranks, like especially when it comes to Tekken, especially when it comes to Street Fighter. A lot of people play rank because they like the competitive scene, but they're also casuals playing in the competitive scene. So it's not much of a whole thing where fundamentals could take. Well, that I'm talking about the game itself, but either way, my whole issue again is these guys would be the first ones to argue with you and then talk about how they're better than you, and then and mind you, it'll start off with the game. I'm better at you in this game. I could beat you with a character that I don't even use. Blah 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 blah. And then it'll be like when the argument gets a little too heated, um, they'll start talking about, oh, I make more money, I get more, I get more women, I get this, I get that, I got this, I got that, and it's like, who gives a fuck about all the materialistic shit that you're talking about outside the game when I'm speaking specifically on the game? And a lot of these people don't understand that's the exact reason, and it's the same people that will be talking to their community, talking about, oh, the FGC is corny, the FGC is dying, and I'm like, this is why you're part of the problem, because you try to talk shit to people about the game, but then when it comes to when it gets too heated for you, and you either get proven wrong or again it gets too heated for you, you bring up shit outside of the game. It's weird, and it's I find it troublesome that we let people in this space. And again, I'm not like, and I don't like gatekeeping, but I feel like it's a necessary evil in certain things, because why are we letting people who are willing to talk this much shit, and who are willing to, you know, talk so much shit to the point that they're talking about, bringing weapons to somebody, or whatever the case may be. And it's disturbing. It's very disturbing. It's something that I've noticed a lot in the FGC, and it's just disturbing to be around all of that. But I could go more in depth, but I feel like that should be left for another video. This is just the general issue that I have. But yeah, I think that's it as far as the rant goes. But it is what it is. So I think it, and again, I'm not gonna say all of this stuff without having like some type of solution. So I think actually I think we should actually speak on that. But unfortunately, I said I was gonna make this short and sweet, and I think it's been like a good 20 something minutes within this. So I'm gonna save that for like another day. If you guys want to hear my opinion on that, then I'll gladly share it. But for now, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm gonna make a video about Tekken eventually, because that's another game that it's a game that I'm kind of fond of when it comes to fighting games. So I'm gonna make a video on that soon. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. if not the video. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay I showed off. If you want more, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in a comment, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can within the next couple of videos. Until then, I'll see you guys. Have a beautiful day. Hope you guys stay safe. Peace.